So mga kababayan, sinagot ng abogado ni Bongbong Marcos yung issue patungkol sa tax conviction. Ayon niya sa abogado ni Bongbong Marcos, yung mga ganyang mga patutsada at mga ingay ng mga kumakalaban kay Bongbong Marcos ay walaan niyang katotohanan at walaan niyang tax conviction si Bongbong Marcos. Walaan niya yung katotohanan niya ay fake news, gawa-gawa lamang para masiraan itong si Bongbong Marcos. So panoorin niyo ito mga kababayan yung
Okay,
diskusyon ng
let's
kanyang
talk about.
abogado.
I want to lay down the facts. I hope you don't mind. So this really stems from what? A prior conviction of former Senator Bongbong Marcos. This happened in 1995. Convicted by the Quezon City RTC, affirmed 2 years later in 1997 by the Court of Appeals. Before I go into that, what was really part of that, first I wanted to ask you, this is a fact, no? Attorney Vic, yung conviction niya noong 1995 and affirmed by the Court of Appeals in 1997.
Yeah, but this case speaks, alam mo, talagang propaganda ito ng mga yellow wannabe political assassins. Sapagkat ang kasong ito, hihingi ko ang pahintulot mo, Pinky, na mangusap sa wikang Filipino sapagkat
Sige po.
alam kong
Para
maraming
maintindihan natin.
naguguluhan sa usapin ito. Wala pong tax evasion na kaso si Presidential Aspirant Bongbong Marcos. Yung kaso pong yan ay simply non-filing of income tax return. At yun po, alam naman din natin na, well, siguro hindi lahat. Subalit ang nature po kasi ng tax case is civil in nature, but with penal provision or penal clause. Kaya nga kung yan yung kasong binabandera nila, alam mo Pinky, ang naging hatol dyan ay magbayad lang ng fine. Walang imprisonment. At yan ay hindi sa hatulan sa kasong tax evasion. Maling-mali din yung sinasabing siya'y tax evader.
Okay.
Ang naging hatol lamang
Sorry,
dyan,
sir.
hindi nakapag-file ng income tax return.
Opo. So I'll cut you there para po maintindihan natin. So, fact. Sinabi po ng Quezon RTC na hindi po siya nag-file ng ITR from 1982 to 1985. That's 4 years. Question, sir. Kapag hindi ka ho ba nag-file ng ITR, hindi ho ba ibig sabihin nun hindi ka nagbayad ng buwis? Hence,
Okay.
tax evader ka?
Hindi. Ibang-iba yun, Pinky. Ang,
Please explain.
Okay, let me be candid as always. We have not received a copy of the petition. I'm just basing it on what you are presenting to me now and with what I know of the case. From 1982 to 1985, yan sa tingin ko siya'y governor. Pinky, pag governor ka, gamitin nating halimbawa dyan sa CNN. Every time you receive your salary, every payday, hindi ba't withheld na yung iyong tax due from source? Di ba hindi ikaw ang nagkakaltas ng iyong buwis na dapat i-remit sa gobyerno? Yan ay trabaho ng inyong kumpanya ng CNN International Philippines. Ganon din sa kaso ni Presidential Aspirant Bongbong Marcos. Basta't pag natanggap niya yung kanyang sahod, bawas na doon yung withholding tax. Pangalawa, for the record, at yan nasa kaso din, hindi nga niya tinanggap yung sahod niya. Yan ay pinadeposito niyang sadya para pagtayo ng isang scholarship fund. So ang kaso niyan ay ibang-iba yung propaganda ng mga wannabe political assassins.
Okay, but sir, if you're saying that automatic po yung kaltas, we still need to file our ITRs, don't we?
Tama. Pero meron ding nangangasiwa sa Kapitolyo kung sinong dapat mag-file niyan. But be that as it may, medyo masalimuot yung usaping ito, especially for non-lawyers. Basta't ang klaro lang dito, walang conviction for tax evasion, only for the non-filing of the income tax return. Because mere non-filing, pwede kang i-penalize. And nauwi lang ito sa pagbabayad ng penalty, Pinky.
Okay, so what you're basically telling me, sir, as a non-lawyer, and because I want to understand this, kapag hindi po mag-file, ang sinasabi niyo po Kaya this is where I wanted to start the conversation. If you don't file your ITR, it doesn't necessarily mean na hindi ka nagbayad ng tax. Ibig sabihin, hindi ka tax evader. Hindi po automatic yun. That's what you're saying.
Tama, kasi kung kagaya mo, kung hindi ka nag-file ng ITR mo, pero withheld naman ng CNN Philippines yung iyong tax due at sila ang nagbayad ng tax mo, anong kaso mo? Hindi ka tax evader. Hindi magiging tax evader si Pinky Webb. Hindi lang siya nakapag-file ng income tax return.
Opo, okay.
It will be unfair, Pinky, if I will brand you as a tax evader.
Okay, I see where you're going there, but very important is that for us to file our ITR, to which you admit the former senator, being vice governor at that time and governor during those years, did not file his ITR. But aren't ITRs, income tax returns, important, Attorney Vic? Hindi ho ba? I mean, kasi, di ba, yung allegedly, non-filing of ITR cost, if I'm not mistaken, di ba, Maria Lourdes Sereno her post as Chief Justice. Hindi ho ba yung ITR din ng yumaong Chief Justice na si Renato Corona binusisi din during the impeachment proceedings? Hindi ho ba that is a very important component to be able to file that every year?
Tama yun, Pinky. Hindi naman natin itinatanggi yun. Kung may lapses man on his part that time, it should have been, but you know, it's history 40 years ago. Dapat talaga tayo nagpa-file. Kahit nga zero ang income mo, dapat nagpa-file ka ng income tax return. Di ba? Subalit, kunin mo, Pinky, yung buong konteksto nung nangyari. Remember, noong 1986, bumagsak ang gobyerno. Kaya nga nagkaroon ng revolutionary government, hindi ba? And then, paano makakapag-file ang tao ng paano niya maiko-correct yung kulang niya ng income tax return. So kunin natin yung buong konteksto. And apart from that, again, I do not like to dwell on the merits here because I have yet to read it, but I'm just basing it on what you're asking me now, from me now. Ang importante riyan, i-disabuse natin yung pag-iisip ng sambayan ng Pilipino dahil sa propagandang ginagawa nito mga yellow wannabe political assassins. Walang tax evasion, walang tax evasion ang non-filing lang po, failure to file the income tax return. Magkaiba po yun.
Sir, ang sabi niyo ho kung hindi po ito criminal case, itong non-filing of ITR. But why so? Why did the Quezon City Regional Trial Court back in 1995 impose a fine and a jail term of at least 9 years to the former senator?
Yeah, it's a civil. A tax case is civil in nature, Pinky. Subject siya sa fine, but with penal provision or penal clause. Ang tinitingnan mo, Pinky, ang dinidiscuss mo sa akin ay yung RTC. Discuss mo yung Court of Appeals decision.
Yes, I'll go there. I'm gonna go there.
Court of Appeals decision, ang sinabi doon, magbayad ka lang ng multa. At yun ay naging executory. Yun ang dapat nating tingnan, hindi yung RTC. I do not want to dwell on for us, this is a nuisance petition, but I know where you're headed, Pinky. Let me just remind everyone that during that time, the case was filed 1995. And sino ba presidente noong 1995 hanggang 1992, 1998? And in fact, the one who let this all out in his column, I think, was part of that administration way back then.
So you're talking about former Senior Associate Justice Antonio Carpio, sir?
Oh, absolutely, because he's the one who brings this all out.
Okay, yeah, I mean, you're saying it. So there's nothing, so it's very clear, no? Wala po tayong anything.
I don't think there's a secret to it. What? Was it ever a secret that he was the one who brought this out?
No, but it was in a column. That's why I was saying, so we're clear here. So, okay, so point raised. I was gonna go there to the Court of Appeals decision. Ano po? Meron pong jail term kasi doon sa Quezon City RTC. Tapos it was removed by the CA when this was affirmed in 1997. Okay, meron pa ho akong tanong dito before we move on. Nagbayad po ba si former Senator Bongbong Marcos nung kanyang penalty, yung pera po na inimpose ng final judgment po ng CA? Was he able to pay that?
I will not answer that in your program now, Pinky, dahil papadaliin namin ang buhay ng itong mga yellow wannabe political assassins. They should have done the research bago sila nag-file ng nuisance petition. Alamin ninyo yung kaso ninyo. Bakit kami sasagot nung hindi nila nalalaman? Dapat bago nyo final, nag-complete staff work sila, nag-due diligence check sila. We will not supply them whatever is missing in their petition. Napakaswerte naman nila.
Okay, we need to talk about Section 12 of the Omnibus Election Code, but we need to take a very short break. You're watching The Source on CNN Philippines. I'm Pinky Webb. Our guest today, the spokesperson of former Senator Bongbong Marcos, Attorney Vic Rodriguez. Attorney Vic, let's talk about that particular provision of the Omnibus Election Code, Section 12, that basically says ito po, anyone who has been sentenced on final judgment for any offense, former Senator Bongbong Marcos po yan, with a penalty of more than 18 months, tanggal na po si Senator Bongbong Marcos dyan dahil natanggal nga po yung penalty ng more than 18 months. Pero ito po yung susunod or for a crime involving moral turpitude shall be disqualified to be a candidate and or hold any office. So we are clear on this, sir. Yung pong final judgment, nandun po yung CBBM, pero yung offense po na more than 18 months, tanggal na po siya kasi tinanggal ng CA yung jail term. Okay, doon po tayo sa tinatawag na moral turpitude, sir.
Okay.
Ang ibig ho sabihin kasi, tinanong ko na rin at ni-research ko kung anong ibig sabihin ng moral turpitude. But if we were also to look into the call or the interview of the former Senior Associate Justice, kapag hindi ka daw mag-file, this is how I understand it, sir. Kapag hindi ka mag-file ng ITR mo ng isang beses, pwedeng nakalimutan mo according to SAJ Carpio. Pero kung repetitive yan, hindi na that could possibly constitute the crime of moral turpitude. Sir, please react.
Alam mo, ang problema kay retired Justice Antonio Carpio, siya mismo hindi naniniwalang may buhay itong kasong kanyang inudyukan. Sapagkat siya naniniwalang malakas ang kasong to, Pinky, I'm sure he will be the petitioner. Subalit, eto na naman, nagumamit na naman ng kung sino-sino, na kung sino-sinong grupo di umano, nag-file ng kaso at ini-invoke yung moral turpitude. Bigyan ko kayo ng isang malinaw na example. Ang ibig sabihin ng moral turpitude, yung karumal-dumal, yung kasuklam-suklam, yung kasumpa-sumpa. Ang kaso, halimbawa, alam ito ni retired Justice Antonio Carpio, yung marami silang petition tungkol sa kasong homicide. Pag sinabi mong homicide, may namatay, hindi ba? Automatically, isipin ng tao, pag nakapatay ka, may moral turpitude involved. Subalit malinaw din sa mga naging desisyon ng Korte Suprema, hindi lahat ng kasong homicide ay merong moral turpitude na involved. Pagka ikay nakapatay at merong presence yung tinatawag nating justifying circumstance o mitigating circumstance, halimbawa na lang, yung self-defense, wala kang intent to kill. Although nakapatay ka, walang moral turpitude doon. Doon sa binibintang na naman nilang propaganda, again, these are all propaganda. Ang sinasabi is non-filing of income tax return, kaya nauwi lang ito sa pagbabayad ng penalty. Walang sinasabing moral turpitude. This is by any stretch of imagination, talagang napakahinang kaso. At naawa kami sa COMELEC, sapagkat binubuhusan nila ng kanilang propaganda, ginagamit nilang platform to use COMELEC as their propaganda venue. Launchpad ng propaganda, imbis na tulungan natin ang COMELEC makapag-concentrate at makapaghanda sa mas mabigat at mas seryosong trabaho sa nalalapit na 2022 election, ginagamit pa natin sila bilang venue to launch their propaganda.
But isn't it well within naman po the responsibility of the COMELEC to accept disqualification cases? Trabaho po nila yon, hindi ho ba?
Tama, pero hindi trabaho ng bawat mamamayang Pilipino buhusan ng walang kakwekwentang kaso o petisyon ng COMELEC para lamang siraan ang pagkatao ng isang kandidato.
So, Attorney Vic, this is my question. With regards to the question on the crime of moral turpitude, doon po tayo. Are you in agreement, or would you say otherwise, that the COMELEC, this could be a test case, if you may say so, or is it well within their jurisdiction or their responsibility or power to determine the crime of moral turpitude? Or, sir, will this be up to maybe the Court of Appeals or the Supreme Court?
Ang moral turpitude kasi, makikita mo pag if you scan the numerous jurisprudence and the Supreme Court decision, Pinky, case-to-case basis yan. Depende sa kaso. Basta't ang nakakasiguro tayo, ngayon nag-uusap tayong dalawa, ang murder, merong moral turpitude dyan. Ang estafa, merong moral turpitude dyan. And in some cases, yung libel, merong moral turpitude dyan. Pero sa kasong ito, sinabi na rin naman ni retired Justice Antonio Carpio sa kanyang forum at kami nagpapasalamat. Conclusively, he stated that there is no basis to file a disqualification case against presidential aspirant Bongbong Marcos. Klaro. Tapos, dinugtungan lang niya ito, subalit, maaari tayo siguro makapag-file kung sino man dyan ng isang test case. Subukan natin yung moral turpitude angle. Eto na nga yun, yung kanilang propaganda petition na i-final ng isang araw sa Commission on Election.
But when you talk, I understand what you're saying with moral turpitude, sir. But again, let me go back to my question. Do you believe COMELEC has the power, the responsibility to determine the crime of moral turpitude that could be that a candidate may be liable for, hence ma-disqualify po siya?
I would not answer that now, Pinky, because we have yet to read the petition. But we will include certainly that angle that you're trying to lead me on to when we file our answer. Lalagay namin yan. Meron kaming, alam namin kung saan sila patungo. At alam din namin na isasagot namin yan. But then again, as I've told you, sinabi ko sa iyo, let us enjoy as well yung period of time provided by law for us to prepare a very, very intelligent and complete answer. And
you're ready for this, sir? Sanda na ho kayong sagutin basta't makuha niyo yung official copy.
Yes, gusto nga namin, matanggap na namin para one less job to do on our table, matanggal na ito.
Okay. Pero obviously, attorney, meron na po kayong strategy dito on how to answer it. You're just saying that you can't obviously share it at
Yes,
the moment.
because it's a settled case. This has been litigated and has been answered how many years back, and they're just trying to resurrect again because of these yellow wannabe political assassins that keep on moving and reviving old political attacks against presidential aspirant Bongbong Marcos. Let me just take this opportunity, Pinky, that it's clear in the mind and vision of Ferdinand Bongbong Marcos that this election, this forthcoming election, is about the future. This speaks of the future of the country. This speaks of the future of the nation, and this speaks of the future of every Filipino, including you and me.
Opo. Maybe as a last point I wanted to raise, Attorney Vic, if, for example, it was any other candidate, not BBM for that matter, who was convicted of non-filing of ITRs, same case, pero wala pong jail term, would you say that that person should be qualified to run for public office?
Oh, absolutely. And in fact, ang amin, kunyari, may nakita kaming katunggaling ganyan, hayaan namin. Bakit? Let us not rob the Filipino people of the right to vote and choose their leader come 2022. Ang hindi natin maunawaan, dinaya na nila noong 2016 si Bongbong Marcos. Ngayon naman, ang dadayain yung sambayan ng Pilipino na pilit tatanggalan ng karapatang pumili ng kanilang gusto maging pinuno sa 2022 elections.
Yeah, but why even go there, Attorney Vic? I mean, ano na po ito? Decided na po itong electoral protest. In fact, I even saw, I think it was a tweet.
That's Pinky. The election protest is still pending. Let me just correct you on that.
There have been, hindi ho ba nag-rule na rin po ang PET regarding this? Just one thing, sir. I wanted you to answer this. You had mentioned that sinasayang, these are not your exact words, yung oras ng COMELEC with a petition like this. Pero yun nga po, it was a tweet rather, I think I saw, or something in the online that said that, kung kayo nga, ang camp ni BBM, nakailang taon, na kinwestiyon din yung 2016 polls sa Supreme Court. So would that be tantamount to also the camp of BBM wasting the time of the Supreme Court into its looking into its vice presidential protest, sir?
No, not at all. In fact, proof is, hindi nga ako mandidato, di ba? Lagi ko sinasabi sa yung programa, si Bongbong Marcos noong 2019 para tapusin yung kasong to. Unfortunately, hanggang ngayon, nakabinbin pa rin sa Korte Suprema. Ang sinasabi lang namin, wag nating gawing launching pad or launch pad ang COMELEC sa mga yellow propaganda. Yun lang ang sinasabi namin. At kung maaari, lumaban naman ng patas ang aming mga katunggali. Tama na yung pang-aapi ninyo kay Bongbong Marcos.
Attorney Vic Rodriguez, sir, thank you so much.